I guess you love movies. I do too. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing Allied. It's a film starring Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard and is directed by Robert Zemeckis. And this film is about a married couple, Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard, who meet on a mission and get married. But a year later, after settling down and having a child, the military in Britain starts to investigate into Marion Cotillard's character and ends up realising that she may actually be a German spy. And it's about Brad Pitt's character realising this, investigating this, and sort of dealing with the consequences. So what did I think of Allied? Well, this is what I'm here to talk to you today. Well, the main things that were pretty good in the film were Brad Pitt was good. I enjoyed Brad Pitt in the movie. I thought he was solid. Decent performance from him. Just, overall, just a good work from Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's a very good actor. I don't think this is one of his best performances, but I think he does a good job in the film, and overall I enjoy his performance. Marion Cotillard is very good. I think she's a little bit better than Brad Pitt in this movie. I think she has a little bit more charisma to her, and I enjoyed her performance a lot. I think Marion Cotillard's a great actress. I think that she doesn't really do as much as maybe she should. She does quite a lot of foreign films. Obviously, she's of French origin, so she does a lot of those sort of films. But I really enjoyed her in Inception. I enjoyed her for the most part in The Dark Knight Rises, except from that death scene, which is awful, but we'll skip over that. Marion Cotillard's good in this movie. I enjoyed the movie. Looks nice. It's very well shot. I mean, you can tell that a lot of the things that you see in the background are probably computer generated, because Robert Zemeckis is very, very good at computer generated imagery. We know this. He did a lot of films like The Polar Express and films like that, and he's very good at CGI and doing it very well. But you can definitely tell that they're not real places. I mean, if they are really, some of them, real sets, then that's cool, but I just thought they looked CGI to me. But there's some really cool cinematography in this movie. There's some good shots, and the action when you get to the spy segments is pretty well directed. But the thing is with this movie though is everything's pretty good, but it's just fine. It's just fine. There's nothing that really stands out and is like, this is great, this is amazing. This movie reminds me a lot of Casablanca and certain scenes in the desert of Lawrence of Arabia, and it reminds me of those films. But then I'm sitting there for a second, sort of wondering why I'm not watching them. Not because Allied is bad, just because it's definitely significantly inferior to certain films it's trying to replicate. Especially Casablanca. It does have that feel of Casablanca, and they really just kind of switch a lot of names around, and it's kind of very similar circumstances to that film. But the reason why Casablanca works so well is because it's effortlessly cool, and the style of it, and its incredible script and dialogue. I don't think this movie has quite that dialogue that's sharp and witty and kind of pessimistic look on the world. It doesn't quite have that Casablanca has. It doesn't have that freshness, which you'd expect it to be the other way around with a film made in 1942 and a film made this year, but that just happens to be the way it is. So overall, Allied was pretty good. I enjoyed the movie overall. There was a few other things that I forgot to talk about. There's a few little plot inconsistencies that don't quite make sense. They will be going into spoilers, so I won't get into it, but there's a few little plot inconsistencies. The movie is pretty good. There's decent performances, decent cinematography, pretty decent direction. You can definitely see areas where Zemeckis has looked at certain films and tried to replicate them. But it doesn't really... It succeeds in replicating, but doesn't succeed in being its own movie and being exceptional in its own way. It's fine, it's well directed, it's well acted. It's not something I'm going to go back to watch. It's not something that blew me away. Everything was solid and fine, but nothing really grabbed me and said, Allied is a great film, and it's definitely not a Blu-ray purchase. For me, it's definitely a one-watch film. Overall, I enjoy going to see it in the theatre, but that's about it. Overall, Allied was pretty good, but I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. So there you go, that's my review of Allied. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, drop your comments down in the section below. Have you seen Allied? Did you enjoy it? What's your favourite sort of wartime romance film? And I've already mentioned mine, that's Casablanca. What's your favourite Robert Zemeckis movie? That's Back to the Future. I goddamn love Back to the Future. So yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.